Consistency is often referred to as the secret weapon behind success. While motivation gets you started, consistency keeps you going. In today's fast-paced world, people often look for shortcuts or quick fixes to achieve their goals. But the truth is that real, lasting success comes from showing up every single day. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." This means that while goals are important, it's your consistent daily habits and systems that determine your long-term success. Whether you want to build a business, master a skill, or improve your health, it's the small, consistent actions that add up over time. Without consistency, even the best plans and strategies fall short. Consistency is the invisible force that underpins success. It's not always glamorous, but it's essential. In this guide, we'll explore the role consistency plays in shaping your progress and transforming your life. From expert advice on building consistent habits to real-life examples of how small actions lead to big results, you'll discover how to harness the power of consistency. This journey won't just change what you achieve, it will change who you become. Let's talk about consistency as the foundation of success. When you examine the lives of the most successful individuals, a common thread becomes apparent. They weren't relying on sporadic bursts of energy or brilliance. Instead, their success came from steady, consistent effort. Tony Robbins, a leading authority on personal development, puts it simply: it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. The true power of consistency lies in its ability to create momentum. It's not the grand gestures that lead to long-term success, but the small, repeated actions. For example, consider Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time. He didn't build his fortune through risky, sporadic investments. Instead, he consistently made calculated decisions over decades, allowing compound growth to work in his favor. The idea that consistency creates lasting success is often compared to a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but gathers size and momentum as it rolls. Each day you show up and put in the work, even if it seems insignificant, you're adding to that snowball, which over time becomes a powerful force. Consistency, whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, is the foundation upon which all achievement is built. As Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Let's talk about the power of compounding efforts. One of the most overlooked aspects of consistency is the compounding effect of small, consistent actions over time. Albert Einstein famously called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. While he was referring to finances, the same principle applies to any area of life. Let's take the example of saving money. If you save $5 a day, it might seem like a small amount, but after a month, you've saved $150. And over the course of a year, that's $1,825. If you continue this habit for 5 years, you'll have saved $9,125, not accounting for any interest or investment returns. Ramit Sethi, author of I Will Teach You to Be Rich, emphasizes the importance of consistency in financial growth, stating, "The best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time is today." The same principle applies to personal development. If you spend 30 minutes a day reading, in a year, you'll have accumulated over 180 hours of learning. Over 5 years, that's more than 900 hours, equivalent to several university courses. Consistency creates an incredible return on investment for your time and effort. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It comes from consistently taking small steps that compound over time, turning into massive results. The key is to remain patient and trust the process, knowing that your consistent efforts will eventually lead to exponential growth. How consistency builds habits and shapes lives. Building new habits requires consistency. According to Charles Duhigg, author of The Power of Habit, habits form when actions are repeated in a consistent pattern until they become automatic. At first, consistency may require significant effort and willpower, but over time, it becomes easier as these actions evolve into habits. Habits are the foundation of our daily routines and ultimately shape the quality of our lives. By consistently performing positive actions, such as exercising, eating healthy, or learning new skills, you're programming your brain to adopt these behaviors without having to think about them consciously. According to B.J. Fogg, the author of Tiny Habits, the key to building lasting habits is starting small. Focus on tiny, consistent actions that can be sustained over time. For example, if you want to start exercising, don't aim to go to the gym for 2 hours a day right away. Instead, start by doing 10 minutes of exercise at home every morning. Over time, as this becomes a habit, you can gradually increase the duration or intensity. The same applies to learning a new skill. Start by dedicating 15 minutes a day to practicing, and eventually, it will become second nature. When you consistently engage in actions that align with your goals, you're not just working toward a specific outcome, you're becoming the type of person who achieves those outcomes. This shift in identity is where the real power of consistency lies. As James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Let's talk about the challenges of consistency. While consistency is incredibly powerful, it's also difficult to maintain. Life is full of distractions, challenges, and temptations that can easily throw you off course. According to Angela Duckworth, author of Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, consistency of effort over the long run is everything. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you'll feel inspired and energized to take action, but other days, the temptation to skip your commitments will be overwhelming. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL and leadership expert, famously says, "Discipline equals freedom." By sticking to your routines, even when you don't feel like it, you maintain control over your life and your goals. One major challenge is dealing with discomfort. Whether it's physical discomfort from exercise or mental discomfort from learning a new skill, pushing through these tough moments is essential. The good news is that the more you practice consistency, the easier it becomes. Over time, you build mental resilience and the ability to push through discomfort. To stay consistent, it's crucial to create an environment that supports your goals. This may mean removing distractions, creating routines, or setting clear boundaries to protect your time and focus. Recognize that the road to success is not smooth, but by embracing the challenges and showing up consistently, you'll develop the grit needed to achieve long-term success. Success is about progress, not perfection. Perfectionism can be a major barrier to consistency. Many people believe they need to get everything right all the time to succeed, but this mindset can lead to burnout and discouragement. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on progress. John C. Maxwell, leadership expert and author of The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, reminds us, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. Consistency is about showing up and making progress, even if it's imperfect. It's inevitable that there will be days when you don't hit all your targets, and that's okay. Missing a workout, skipping a day of reading, or falling off track for a brief period doesn't erase the progress you've made. What's important is that you get back on track as quickly as possible. This all-or-nothing mentality is counterproductive. If you aim for perfection, you'll end up disappointed when you inevitably fall short. Instead, give yourself permission to make mistakes and view setbacks as part of the process. As Dr. Carol Dweck, author of Mindset, emphasizes, adopting a growth mindset is crucial for maintaining consistency. This mindset allows you to view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as failures. Progress is about consistently moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. By focusing on steady improvement rather than perfection, you'll be able to maintain your momentum and stay committed to your goals. Let's talk about confidence through consistency. One of the most underrated benefits of consistency is the confidence it builds. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you're proving to yourself that you can be trusted. This consistent follow-through builds self-trust and, in turn, confidence. Dr. Ivan Joseph, a renowned confidence expert, states, "Self-confidence is built through repetition and practice. Consistency is about showing up, even when it's hard. By doing so, you demonstrate to yourself that you have the discipline and determination to achieve your goals. Over time, this repeated success builds a reservoir of confidence that will carry you through future challenges. When you consistently meet your goals, whether it's something as small as going for a daily walk or as significant as writing a chapter of your book, you're reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. This belief in your abilities grows with each small win, creating a cycle of confidence and achievement. Confidence also influences how you approach new challenges. When you consistently succeed in one area of your life, that confidence spills over into others. You start to view yourself as someone who gets things done, and this mindset makes it easier to tackle bigger goals. According to psychologist Nathaniel Branden, confidence is the conviction that you are able to successfully meet life's challenges. By staying consistent, you're building the confidence to take on anything that comes your way. Consistency isn't just for high achievers or people with ambitious goals, it's for everyone. Whether you want to improve your health, relationships, career, or personal growth, consistency is the key to making progress. As Tony Robbins puts it, success is doing the right thing, not the easy thing, consistently. You don't have to be pursuing a monumental goal to benefit from consistency. Maybe you want to read more, get better at cooking, or spend more quality time with your family. In each case, it's the small, consistent actions that lead to meaningful change. Even if your goal is simply to be a little better each day, consistency is the tool that will get you there. James Clear advises starting small, noting that small habits make a big difference. If you're trying to get in shape, start with just a few minutes of exercise each day. If you want to improve your finances, start by setting aside a small amount of money regularly. Over time, these small actions build momentum and lead to significant improvements in your life. Consistency applies to all areas of life, not just extraordinary achievements. Whether you want to be more present with your loved ones or improve your productivity at work, the principle is the same. Consistency builds trust, discipline, and progress. No matter who you are or what you want to achieve, consistency is the great equalizer that will help you improve your life, one day at a time. Staying consistent can be a challenge, especially when the results aren't immediate. However, with a few practical strategies, you can make consistency a habit. The first tip is to start small. As recommended by BJ Fogg in Tiny Habits, make your habits so small that they are impossible to fail at. If your goal is to exercise regularly, start with 5 minutes a day, then gradually increase the time. Tracking your progress is another powerful tool. James Clear suggests using a habit tracker where you can visually mark each day you follow through on your commitment. Whether it's a simple check mark on a calendar or a dedicated app, seeing your streak grow is highly motivating. Creating a routine is also critical for staying consistent. According to The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, the brain craves routine. By establishing a set time for your new habit, whether it's exercising, learning, or saving money, you're more likely to follow through. The routine makes the action automatic and reduces the mental energy needed to get started. Eliminating obstacles is also key. If you're trying to work out in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to read more, place a book by your bed or set a reminder on your phone. The easier you make it to follow through on your commitments, the more likely you are to stay consistent. Lastly, reward yourself for your progress. Small celebrations for consistent actions help reinforce the behavior. Whether it's a pat on the back, a small treat, or a night out after a week of success, rewards create a positive feedback loop, encouraging you to keep going. Lastly, consistency changes who you are. Consistency isn't just about reaching specific goals. It fundamentally transforms who you are. Every time you take consistent action, you're shaping your identity and reinforcing the belief that you are someone who follows through. According to James Clear, the most practical way to change who you are is to change what you do. When you consistently show up, you're not only making progress toward your goals, but also becoming the type of person who achieves them. Whether it's becoming healthier, more disciplined, or more knowledgeable, consistency builds the habits and routines that define who you are and who you'll become. As you continue to stay consistent, your self-image evolves. You begin to see yourself as reliable, determined, and capable of handling challenges. This shift in identity is one of the most powerful aspects of consistency. It's not just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. The journey of consistency is often slow and unglamorous, but the rewards are profound. It's the small, everyday actions that create lasting change. By forcing yourself to stay consistent, you're investing in your future self. The results may not be immediate, but over time, consistency transforms not just your circumstances, but your character. So take action today. Commit to being consistent, even when it's hard, and trust that every small step you take is moving you closer to the person you want to be. Consistency is the key to unlocking your full potential, and it's within your control.